How you doing? Today we're going to be talking about when your tumblers come out of alignment when you've removed the ignition switch. This is a 2012 Electroglide, and we had to do some work on it. We had to remove the fairing, the dash panel, and the control panel here. In order to do that, you have to take, the nuts and everything out and the screws for the fairing to remove it. And you have to take this nut off and then lift this panel over this stud and pull this out. Well, what we did was we jacked the bike up and got the front wheel off the ground, and we turned the front end to gain access and make it easier to remove the fairing. And what we actually had to do was access the risers. The handlebars got loose, so we had to tighten those up. So we got that all done, and we threw everything back together, and we went to put it back together, which we thought was going to be the easiest part of the job. And we went to put the switch in here, and it wouldn't go down, it wouldn't seat, it would only go part way down. Now, there's three ways to do this. One, you can take it back to the dealer and have them align the tumblers for you. Two, you can buy a tool for it, which I don't have the tool, so we improvised. And three, you can do it the way that I did it. Now, if you look, this is your ignition switch. And if you look on it, you can see there are two sets. You can't see it very good. There's two sets of teeth, an upper and a lower. Now, what I found was that the lower tumbler, once you move that front end, came out of alignment. The top tumbler stayed perfect. So I'm going to show you how to do this, what we did. Now I'm going to try and shine the light in there, see if you can see the tumblers. If you look down in there, there are slots for both the upper and the lower. What you want to do is take this switch and you want to orientate that bottom tumbler to how this switch is, how those teeth go. So what you do is you take your screwdriver and you insert it in there, go down to the bottom one, the bottom slot. You get the blade stuck into that bottom slot, you'll feel it go in, and you just turn it. And you'll feel it click, and it should set it. Now, you might have to do this a couple of times in order to get it to work. But that's what we did, and this is how we aligned it. So after you've done that, you take your ignition switch. You take your ignition switch here, and as you can see, there's that little tab thing. Now you're going to have to excuse my the video is not going to be of the greatest quality, but the best we can do working alone. This little tab here, this is the one you had to push up and turn your key to release it so you could take it out. So you do just the opposite. Okay, now you can see on that tab it's now in the keys in the tumbler in the lock position. Spring when you put it in. Now, as you can see, or you can't see, I know you can't see this very well. You put that in there the same way you took it out. Now you can see it's moving in and out. You press down a little bit, turn your key, and you heard it click. It's now in there. Now, the important thing is checking everything to make sure you've got it right. Let me kill this light here, so there's too much reflection. Okay, so you turn it to accessories. No. Turn it on and see if everything comes on. Turn it over to accessories. And the accessories work. Turn it on, see it, make sure everything comes on. I don't know how to turn the radio on this thing. This is not my bike, this is a friend of mine's. You make sure everything comes on, everything works, it's seated right, and the last step is to see if it starts. And there you go, it starts. Everything works, and you have just taken a potential big problem and repaired it with tools that you have in your own toolbox. This is not as big a deal as people lead you to believe. This can be repaired very simply. I've done this before, and we've just done it again. We've made the repair and aligned it without spending extra money. And like I said, you have the tools in your toolbox to do the alignment. Just takes a little common sense and a little patience, because sometimes it doesn't always go in. Now, thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you like this. Thank you.